Well, welcome everyone to our final day, sad days, day 3 of Power Week for October. This has been a fabulous Power Week, wonderful lineup, and today won't be the exception. We have a wonderful person, great speaker. I had the pleasure of talking to her earlier this morning, and I'm like, her laugh is so infectious. She laughs and she makes me laugh too, just by hearing her. So I am very, very excited to hear her share with us today. Miss Janine Shell, she not only has she been in JAF for 41 years, but Monday was her birthday. So let's give her lots of love for this week. Janine, you celebrate I don't just say the day, it's not even the week, it's the whole month.
Oh, exactly. Well, that's what I do, birthday month. Yes.
There
It's
you
too
go.
much celebrating to cram it all in one day.
And she's going to share with us how you reinvent yourself when you write your journey every day. We were talking about that, and it's like, who else to share who has been with Jaffer leading this journey every single day for 41 years. So we are so thrilled and excited to have you, Janine, share with us what you do. And I know everyone knows who you are, but share those tips with us that we are gonna, I got my notepad, I got my pen, and we're ready to
All
go.
right.
So
Well,
take it away,
yikes.
Janine.
Put me right on the spot. First I wanted to say I admire all you West Coasters being here at 9 o'clock. I had a struggle to be ready for noon. I said, I feel like one of those news reporters with his suit coat and tie and his underwear on, you know. You only see the top half. But Lewis had asked me to talk about the retreats that I've been coordinating for the past 4 years. The first one was in 2021. It happened, as we all know, we had COVID and everybody was Zooming like crazy and missing each other being in person. So we have a beautiful oceanfront area up in Wells, Maine. I happen to have 3 consultants who live up there. And I have we had a group of people that visited Wells, and it was like a great spot to good reason to get together. So we booked in September of 2021. Again, it was still mid-COVID, so we had first asked everybody to wear masks, but by the time we had dinner the night before, and we're like, well, we all ate dinner together. I guess we don't need a mask. But it was a beautiful day. We had the doors open, fresh air coming in. We had ordered sandwiches that were individually wrapped, so we didn't have to touch things. And, we did it very carefully. And we first started off, like I said, I got in touch with Norma Lopez because I know Palm Springs used to have, I'm not sure if they still do it, but I know they used to have a retreat every year. So I picked her brain and she sent me their agenda. And one of the things she did tell me was that they always started off their meeting with the Jaffa Bill of Rights. So I don't know if you can see this. I'll post this in the Power Week, but we have an agenda on one side, and we have the Bill of Rights on the other side. We start off with the Bill of Rights every meeting. And depending on who's going to be there, we line up our speakers. The first year, we were able to get Vicky Hacking to come in on Zoom and speak with us. We have people that came from all New England. We call ourselves, it's the Nor'easter Retreat, a force to be reckoned with. And Donna Hayes helped me the first year. Dia Collins has helped me all the other years. I, I'm the think tank, and she's the creative one in the Canva and printing. And we have many talented people. So we call in our talented people. We had Pam Karastoulis one year spoke from the heart about, being who you are. We have an esthetician who gave us tips on makeup. We have this year Marian Zizzo is a vendor queen, and she gets creative with her vendor events and gives us tips. We were really fortunate to have Janet Zanini this year. Any of you know Janet? We dragged her out of retirement, and she's still, she's unbelievable with parties, and she still says, when we keep saying there's nobody wants parties. She said, nobody wants parties the way they were, but people still want parties, and she just takes them and does them very differently. But she's awesome. She just, and I picked her brain again yesterday, and she calls it a beauty bash. She brings brochures for everybody. She picks out a couple of the feature items, plunks them on a table, and they sit down and go through the book together. I think she said she had 8 people there. She had $1,000 in sales. They just go over everything. She's created a QR code. So when she gets to her party, she has everybody get their phone, download the QR code, get to her website, and they all fill out their orders right on the phone. She sits down with them to make sure that it stays on her website and that they're ordering from the specials, and then, rather than the brochure. And then they plunk off, it goes to each of the, and that's it. She's done. So the orders are shipped to them individually. The hostess has no work to do. She works out a hostess gift for the hostess and takes care of that. But that's just one of the ways she's been doing parties, and it's been very successful. So we were able to get her info. Like I said, Mary Ann Zizzo, who does vendor events like crazy, keeps all her old brochures. She has Jafra bags. She makes sure everybody stops by and says, "Come by and get a free gift from Jafra." And she'll have, because she wants people walking around that vendor event holding a Jafra bag, so everybody sees that there's a Jafra bag going around. And she'll put in an expired brochure, a little perfume, one of the strips or whatever, in her business card, just to get the word out. But she's very successful at her vendor events. We had Dia at this year's event. She, Dia, she's like facts and figures. She helped us with, keeping track of client history. She went over the Fragrantica app. She was, facts and figures. She really helped us out with keeping track, because I'm like all over the map. So she, keeps you good. And then we had beautiful Debbie Yingling, who read the Jafra Bill of Rights for us and just reminded us all, like, we are Jafra. We are a family, and we have to stick together and keep on going. So, like I said, our first event was in 21. We skipped 22. Everybody missed it, so insisted we do it again. So we had it in 23. We did it again. There were about 20 people, 22 people that came. Jackie Pepe was able to come to that one. 24, Jackie Geisinger came. And this year Liz couldn't come, but she did get us some pens and sent me a box of goodies that we could use for raffles. And that's what we do. I book at a hotel, and they have a conference room. If we can guarantee 10 rooms booked, they comp us the conference room. But we don't always get there. So we sell raffle tickets, plus all the managers, we empty our closets and raffle off all sorts of goodies. And sometimes we win our own stuff back, which is, I'm like, oh no. But we just have a lot of fun. It's just great to kick us all off and get us rejuvenated just by being together. So it's really awesome. And one other thing, aside from the retreat, when we were talking about reinventing and doing things every day, and we used to kick around the word the power hour, and I don't know whether we've talked about power hours recently, but it reminded me, I heard Jamie talking the other day about how you have to take care of yourself too. And one of the important things about a power hour is we say, take an hour every day. It doesn't have to be like sit down for an hour. Take 15 minutes and make a few phone calls, or 15 minutes to, get reorders or whatever, but just take an hour a day to work your business, fit it in whenever you can do it. But like Jamie said, take time for yourself. The good thing about doing that is you start, but then you also know it's time to stop. You can say, I did my hour, and now I can move on and do other things. So that's kind of what I have to say. If anybody has questions or anybody wants to pick my brain a little bit more, it's the caffeine has kicked in, so I got more.
Thank you, Janine. I have a question. So I was writing as fast as I could, but and I think you said it. How long have you been doing the retreats?
The first one was in 2021, and
Okay.
then we skipped 22, and then we did 23, 24, and this year. Now, this
Oh,
year, we unfortunately, well, because we usually have, like I said, around 20, 25 people. We had 8 people this time. I mean, so many people were hit with just really tragic events that made them unable to attend. And I thought about canceling it, but everybody who was going was very enthusiastic and really wanted to be there. And fortunately, we didn't hit the 10 rooms, obviously, but I've kept a rolling kitty from the previous events. So whenever we had money left over from the raffles, I had tucked in my little cash drawer. So we were able to come up with enough cash. I charged, we're usually $25 per person, and that includes lunch and the goodie bags we have. Like this year, I had notebooks. We get little stickers. I guess you can't. I'll make swag bags. We had nice little canvas bags with our logo on them that we would fill up with goodies. So it was it's a fun event. I like planning parties, so it
that's
works for me.
awesome. That's awesome. I
Mhm.
love that. I can see Jamie has her hand up.
Yes.
Jamie?
Hey sis, thank you for sharing that with us.
Hmm.
That's informative for me. I have such a one track mind that sometimes it's kind of hard to break up the rhythm that you're always in and you're successful in. My question to you is, um, where do you look to try and find a vendor's table, or the events that you guys go to set up table and go around and do what you said, have your Jaffa bag to give it out to people. What recommendations would you have for you to find somewhere in your state, in your town?
Oh, okay. Well, Mary Ann Zizzo is the one that does a ton of them, but usually there are lots of groups that you can join on Facebook that you just, if you started looking for craft and vendor events in your
Okay.
locale, that's where they'd pop up because there's a lot of them, and that's usually where you find them.
Okay. All
And
right.
then if you get to one, talk to some of the other vendors and ask them, what their source is. Because, if you're meeting somebody, most people do more than one vendor event. So if they're doing them, they may have contacts for other events as well.
Okay.
But she did find them on Facebook. There's all sorts of vendor of craft. Look for craft and vendor events. And if you just, put it in the search bar on Facebook, you should find some pop up.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sis.
Yeah,
I
you're welcome.
appreciate you.
Yep.
That's a great question, though. I think I can ask the team if they have like maybe like 5 steps to finding or identifying vendor events. I mean, these are great suggestions, Janine. It's funny because we were talking about the topic that Luz had given you, but you really are talking to us about the things that you're doing every day that writes your story. These are the things,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Well, this kind of gives you a kickoff to, the different things that you can do, such as vendor events or the parties that Janet's doing, and getting the inspiration and the training that you need to go forward and do all the different things in your everyday life. Yeah. I think we all do a little bit. I mean, I do Jaffa every single day without even thinking about it. I think we're all kind of there with our brochures and I mean, I shopped for a pocketbook to make sure it was big enough to hold my brochures. I'm like, I can't buy this. I can't get my brochures in there. So you just, I think we all have that in us, I hope, to just kind of You know, I was at the dentist the other day and the girl commented on my eyeshadow and I said, "Oh, well, I am in the cosmetic business." And believe it or not, she knew Jafra and was like, "Oh my God, my consultant doesn't sell anymore." So of course she's looking for the brown palette. So I may have to part with my last brown palette, which is no longer available, but but you just, you know, it's just, yeah. I mean, at my birthday party, I had dinner with a bunch of people, and of course I brought the little almond and coconut sachets as their little party favors and left some with the wait staff. I mean, it's just what we do, you know.
And I think that's the beauty of coming together like this. It's that sharing of ideas, that lifting of the spirits,
Mhm.
you know, helping us, you know, help us get to that place inside, but on the outside too. These ideas are awesome. Anyone else have any other questions?
Oh, this is Carol. I just wanted to add that you can even just go on Google. I tell a lot of my consultants, they ask me, how do I do this? How do I do that? Where do I find this? I said, everything is Googleable, even how to
Mhm.
do a QR code, which I put in the chat. So you can go on Google and check on vendor events and put your city, vendor events in Sunshine City, Oklahoma, or whatever. You can put the name of the town you live in and look for vendor events in your own neighborhoods,
Mhm.
and that will pop up.
Lenora put in the chat, Eventbrite
Mm.
is a good resource for her. And I agree. I know that when we go to Eventbrite, like to post an event, I can see in there, you can search through craft or vendor events or like trade days or things, keywords, and it'll populate things around you. And you can tell it how far to, you know, to search. So there's that. I agree with you, Carol. Google is awesome. I have recently, probably late to the game, but have recently also discovered Chat GPT. My
Oh.
kids laugh because they're like, Mom, you do know that there's things better than Chat GPT now. I'm like, well, you know what? I just discovered it. So for me, it's thebomb.com.
I
But
love
Chat GPT
ChatGPT.
is great. It also, if you give it information, it'll create flyers for you too.
Mhm. I love
Um,
ChatGPT.
yeah.
We used it so much the other day, it asked us to come back. We used up our free time.
But you have to be aware of how to use it on Facebook, because Facebook has the algorithm down and you'll get blocked if it comes across like it's all Chat GPT or not in the realm it should be.
Oh.
There's a method to it. Chat GPT is good, but now that they done got this AI involved, and it's a lot of algorithm is the key word to remember on Facebook. They're not friendly. That's why I want to get away from Facebook. I don't like Facebook because a lot of things, sincerely, a lot of what you post, depending on how you know how to post, does not reach your market or the
Mm.
people you're trying to. So must study that. And you have to have a business account for certain things. On your own page for your family and friends, you can't do a lot posting. So it's just too much limit on it. But I'd like y'all to look into fan base. It's on YouTube. Fan base, you own your own platform. You get paid for the content. You get paid for your content. So it's a $3.99 investment. You own a portion of fan base. So that's the way I'm gonna roll as soon as I'm able to do it. I really want to get away from Facebook. I'm 71 and it's been around a long time, but I'm still older than Facebook. So my whole thing is personal thing. And I've had businesses before on Facebook and it wasn't good. So
Mhm.
that's my take. I just want to enlighten you about the algorithm and the Chat GPT option for on Facebook.
So thank you, Adrian. So that's fan base, FAN.
Yes, BASE. And it's called, I'll get the total information, but if you tune into YouTube on the Roland Martin unfiltered side, you will hear it. And that's how I got it. But I'm trying to, I'll share that in another way, but no pun intended. I'm trying to promote differently. And you'll see that when you hear Isaac Hayes' son, he goes back to my era. Isaac Hayes, his father, he's Isaac Hayes the third. He I know of his father, and that's the name of the owner of Fanbase. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, ladies.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Thank you.
Anytime.
Wealth of tips and knowledge, and I think something to give us for this Power Day, one day of the Power Week. So, anyone have any comments or questions? Any love for Janine? I mean, she was fabulous, and it's her birthday week, or it's a birthday month.
Hi, Janine. Well, I'm Adrian. The letter A, if I may, goes first. I don't mean no disrespect, ladies. But Janine, I love you. I love the Boston accent. My grandfather used to live in Worcester, Massachusetts. So
Well, that's where I'm from, Worcester, Massachusetts.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So all is love when it comes from Adrian. I have a way of speaking. At times I do not ever want to offend anyone, but sometimes it comes across so direct. If you don't know me, you might. Ooh, that bit kind of. Well, it's not meant to bite. It's meant to get across my perspective. And I'm not saying mine is the queen of all perspectives, just to let you understand who Adrian is. That's basically it. But my heart is
It's funny though, people from Worcester ask me where I get my accent from, so I grew up there,
But I
so
want to give a
who
shout
knows?
out. Janine, you did a great job. And Adrian is an up and coming team leader. She's building her team and she's out there sharing Jafra in the way that works best for her. Just remember, there's no one way. I remember there's no right way to do Jafra. Doing
Exactly.
Jafra is your way. You choose to do it your way.
Mm.
And whatever works for you, it's great.
okay.
Absolutely.
And
Carol,
happy
thank you for
birthday,
sharing
my
that.
darling. Happy birthday.
And she's
Celebrate with
she's a native New Yorker, Jamie.
Okay.
Adrian is from New York.
I know
Okay.
And
all
Well,
I'm a
about
first
it.
generation New Yorker, Jamie. My mom
I,
was from the Bronx.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But Adrian, also let me just share something with you. I started on Facebook and I'm still on Facebook. And what a lot of people don't understand is Facebook is not a place where Facebook works for me. And we have to educate ourselves on how to do certain things before we say not to do it or not to try it. And though I know that that is and though you said it's not something that worked for you, we could have trainings here on how to do certain things on Facebook, because at the end of the day, if you try to set up Facebook and you try to set up YouTube or a lot of these channels, a lot of these channels are hard. So I always tell people to start off with Facebook, and then when you start off with them, then you branch off into other things. I've branched off into other things. I don't only just do Facebook, even though Facebook is my main platform for my business. But it came with a lot of bumps. It came with a lot of scratches. And now there is no one that can tell me anything about the algorithms or how to run my business on Facebook, because I made it my point of duty to anything that I join, I educate myself so I know I could provide the right information where people are concerned. um did YouTube have their restrictions as well, and you're paying the $3.99 for it. If you go on TikTok, they have restrictions that I can't even handle. And the way how you put up your post, and you can't put the money up on the post. You can't, like, if I put up a post and something says $25, that brings your algorithm down. So we have to be able to teach people about algorithm. We have to teach people on what to put on the page, because a lot of things that you do for Facebook, it goes throughout all of the social media. We just have to learn the main base, and when we learn the main base, then everything else will grow. So, ladies, just do your homework. And Facebook is not for some people, and
Right.
YouTube is not for some people, and TikTok is definitely not for me. We have to educate ourselves so we can learn how to do our business uniquely and different. So, when I hear that the ladies say on here that they do the vendors parties, let me tell you something. That is something that scares the heck out of me. It really does. And I'm dead serious. It really does. And I don't know why, because I don't have a problem with speaking in front of people. I know the products very well. I educate myself on the products, at least 90% of the products that Jafra have. And it is something that just getting out there and having so many people around me and me having to explain certain things to everyone face to face, it scares me.
Mhm.
So I'm saying that to say that we have to challenge our fears, and we have to get in front of everyone and just tell everybody about this wonderful product. Because my sister that just sell it, she's 70. I look at her, think she about 45. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Thank you,
You know,
honey.
that
I
that
love
is that
you.
Jafra care. That's that Jafra care that
Yeah.
keeps us looking young. And when we look young and we feel young and our appearance and everything about us is just strong, it gives so much of a better delivery. So ladies, go ahead, sissy.
May I just say one thing? Actually, I'm first. This is my first time with Jafra. I did not wear makeup as a youth. My cousin did, and I'm a year older. I told Miss Carol the same story. That I never liked it because I just never. I did the shadow, I did the brush on the eyeliner, and I did the lipstick, but I never did the foundation because I had a little issue with things when I was young, and certain things gave me a tingle. I couldn't wear it. So
Right.
that's why I just stayed with natural, and just olive oil is all I've been using before Jafra. So I'm just new to Jafra since August. And so I'm trying. I told Carol, be patient with me now because I have to get to know this stuff. I'm gonna get on the training and do the thing and see. I already did the color thing match when I was on the computer a couple of weeks ago. And so I picked a color and I think it was close. But all of that's going to be a growing experience for me. The reason I hopped on my cousin first, right now she's a year younger than me, but looks older because she didn't take care of her skin the right way with wearing the makeup she did choose to wear, cleansing and facials and masks and to pull out the pores and all the other extras. And there it is. So that's my reason for not wearing makeup in my youth because I had natural beauty, so I didn't need to. Thank you. I didn't mean no disrespect on Facebook.
No, no, not at all,
No,
sis.
I appreciate you, but I'd like, you didn't have your face. What's your name, honey? The one that says I started with Facebook?
Jamie Cruz. That's where my success started, was on Facebook.
Well, let's get together since you have the knowledge, and then we can still do trainings on it. But you want my number? Take it now, 240.
Oh, wait a minute, honey. Linda, could you write that down for
I
me?
will write it down. Yes, I'll send it to you, Jamie.
Okay.
You
All right.
already have it, Linda, right? I know.
Adrian, so you said it's 240
That is 756
756
3395.
3395. Okay.
And no time is too late or too early. As long as I hear the ring, I'll answer.
I just wanted to
Thank
bop
you.
in and say something to Jamie too, and about talking to people in person. And when I first got into Jafra, I know a lot of people are afraid to talk to people, and you don't want to be pushy or whatever. I fell in love with royal jelly, and it's a mindset, and I just had in my head that I had to make sure everybody I saw or knew had a chance to try Royal Jelly Milk Balm. Because if I didn't do that for them, they may never get to try it. And how selfish of me to not share it with them. And it was with that attitude that I was able to go out and talk to people. And, it was like some will, some won't, as they say. But I was like, well, people are either going to be thankful that I did it, or they're gonna think that this crazy lady, that I'd never see again anyway, went off into the sunset. So it's like, so there's some people out there that think I'm a whack job. Some people have beautiful skin because they said yes. You just gotta go for it.
Indeed.
Well, you know what, Janine, I think that you have that kind of personality that would just draw people to you. And I am so thankful that you came on this morning and were willing to come and share from your heart. 41 years of a journey of writing your story. I mean, that That is a legacy. So I so appreciate you. And, you know, everyone sharing, everyone asking questions. I think that's the beauty. You know, I'll just kind of say what Esteban said yesterday. It's doing you, right? It's being true to who you are and finding, he said, find your niche. And so that's what everyone here is doing. You're going with, you know, what you feel most powerful in, but then it's beautiful also to hear what other people are doing and stretch, right? Like that rubber band, we're going to stretch ourselves to try something new and broaden, maybe even broaden our success. So I appreciate you so much, Janine. Thank you so much for coming, for sharing with everyone. Thank you everyone for being here. I shared in the Zoom chat Esteban's recording from yesterday, and Carol, thank you for putting it in the Power Week chat. I'll do the same when this is done. I'll work on Janine's recording and share that as well today.
I don't see the recording.
Here, I'll put it. It's way at the top, but let me put it in here again, Adrian, because if you missed Esteban, you also need to watch him.
Yeah,
and there is a Power Week chat, which will also have Sally's day one. So
can I say something about the face of Jafra? We are
yes.
She works tirelessly for those retreats. We've had 4 of them. And from Jan Day's lips to God's ears, that's exactly what, when you hear Janine talk, it's hearing Jan Day, the founder of Jafra. And I've got my royal jelly, won't go anywhere without it. And it's really true. She did a great job and she's wonderful. And, you know, we have the freedom. You got to go back to the creed that we have the rights of Jaffa. We have the right to be ourselves, to do Jaffa the way we want to do it, because God has given us all different gifts. And God bless you, Jamie. I'm like paralyzed on Facebook. I can spend a whole day or a week, and if it wasn't for Diana Driggs, I wouldn't even be able to get on Zoom half the time. So, but put me in Staples, where I know the manager because she's a Jaffa client who used to be Mary Kay. You know, and they asked me to come in and set up a table. When are you going to come back in? So that's welcoming. And once you get into one, other people will see and they want to get around. And it's just getting the product on their skin wherever you can.
I
And
was gonna say, you've obviously come over your fear of Zoom, Debbie.
talking
And you know what, ladies, let me just add this before we
Love you.
leave. Thank you so much for sharing that, sis. These kind of platforms, and let me just say that I fell victim to this at one time, and my whole attitude has changed. When we come on these platforms to hear one another, it's a positive thing because we can learn from one another. And you know, I'm not here a lot because my hands is in a lot of, you know, I change hats to a lot of things that I do in life. But these platforms should be like this, and we come in here and we help one another and talk to one another and educate one another. My thing in the past was I'm not coming into groups. You know, I'm not going to give out all of my information, and then Jaffa may take it, and Jaffa's going to do this with it, and Jaffa's going to do that with that. The reality of all of this is all of us have a job, and that is to get this product out into the world. And it really should be a each one teach one, and all of us come on here and share because we all can learn from one another. So
We are
I have,
caring and sharing. And
yes.
Jamie, next year you're coming to Wells, Maine to our retreat.
Well,
Oh,
I would love it. I would love
All
it. I would
right.
love it. I would love it. So, you know, ladies, let's try to help one another and lift one another up. There's so many things that is happening in the company, and my biggest fear is not being able to have Jaffer anymore. You know, you guys, a lot of you on here know my testimony and knows that Jaffer has I feel like Jaffa has saved my life because I was in a real depression state. I never liked the way how I look. I felt like I was too tall. I felt like my hair was too hard. I suffered from a lot of insecurities from abuse from my father. And it wasn't released until I joined the Jaffa 5 years ago.
Jesus.
So with that being said, I just have a whole new look, and I just want to learn, and I just want to teach people and talk to people. And I think that this should really just be a new start with what's going on in the company for us to come together and say, all right, listen, If we don't know how to do this, let's teach each other. If we don't know the products, let's learn. Let's learn. I do not know these products like you ladies that's been here for 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 60 years. I don't. So when I
Jafra is a unique company, unlike many, many other businesses where all we do is share.
right,
And we've never, ever been afraid to share any information with anybody else. That's what's kept so many of us in it as long as it is. It's a family. It's not just a business. We're not competitive with each other. We help each other. That's the way it's always been, and it always will be. We are Jafra, as Debbie
right.
Yingling says.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. So, thank you so much for that, sis. So, I'm just trying to have a brand new outlook. I want to grow, and I want to grow from the things that I can learn from everyone here. And when we box ourselves in a group, that's what we do. When we box ourselves into one little place, that's where we will remain.
Mm.
So let's try our best to come on here and share sometimes and give some ideas and let's push each other forward because we know that Jafra's not a get rich quick company. So we have to learn how to do these things so we could be great at it.
Mhm.
So, guys, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the trainings that I'm able to get to learn from you all because I just know how to get on Facebook, get in front of that camera, press go, do what I got to do, and that's it. I go to the banks and different things, but learning about the events is something that and how to do it is something that I'm really intrigued about. So I'm going to look forward to you guys for helping me where that's concerned because I don't even know where to begin. Okay?
Jamie, Jamie, you just helped Mama. I want you to show me how to do it because oh my gosh. Can I please have your number too?
Absolutely.
I really have, when I try to do selfies, my nostrils is up, okay? It's not up your nose, Adrian. So I have to learn how to position my face and I have to present like, are you Linda in the black and white?
Yes.
Yes.
Linda, please give me your number too. But all I'm saying is to say, ladies, I am in a business now that I need to do presentations and I'm going to have to face the camera. And I really want your help, Jane, because you say you just push the button and go. And they say do it afraid.
Amen. Yeah.
So anyway, ladies, I love it. Oh, this is so great. I'm glad I got on because I would have never heard Jamie. Jamie, please.
Imagine what a power day. I mean, this is just you all are so remarkable. You all have shared some wonderful not just tips, wonderful life, right? You've shared things that have propelled. I mean, Janine, it's like that was a topic. You write your journey. Every one of you has written your journey. And much like Jamie, I'm looking forward to learning from each and every one of you. And don't, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. When you tell me something, I'm going to tell everyone.
I
Every
don't
little
mind.
tip you said, every little idea, every little testimonial, I just share it. I share it with the Spanish. I mean, I'm always telling them, look what the Gen Market did. Look what the Gen Market said. And they're soaking it all up. So this is a sisterhood or a brotherhood, actually, because we had a step on yesterday. So this is about all of us being the best version of ourselves, using Jafra as a vehicle, as a means to enrich our lives and enrich the lives of others too, in more ways than money. So I'm just so appreciative for all of you. Janine, thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
You for being
Yeah.
willing and for taking that time to share with us today. I'm sorry that we do have to end. I do have another
I wanted to sing a
meeting I
happy
gotta
birthday
jump
to
to.
Janine.
Thank you.
Please, please. Let
And
me sing happy birthday, please.
And I love that quote, Jafra is less expensive than therapy. Yes, it is. I think we end with that one.
That's a good
Okay, I
one.
love you. Happy birthday, your birthday, Janine. I'm going to
Thank
sing it
you.
to you.
Thank you, Janine. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Linda.
everyone.
Okay. Thank you, Linda, for sending me that information.
Absolutely.